We begin this program with some breaking news. A car has plowed into a crowded Christmas market here in Germany. It is thought at least one person has been killed and dozens more injured. The incident happened in the eastern city of Magdeburg in Saxony-Anhalt state. Police say the driver of the car has been arrested. Emergency services are at the scene near the city hall. Regional government officials say it was probably an attack, but have not given further details. Eyewitnesses have said the car drove straight into people at the market. DW's correspondent Simon Young joins us now from Berlin with the very latest. Simon, what more can you tell us?
Yeah, Claire, well, what we can say is that there has been a terrible incident at a Christmas market in the city of Magdeburg in the eastern part of Germany, as you mentioned. And witnesses say that this car drove into the crowd, apparently directly. That is to say that it sort of zigzagged as it went into the crowd. There were lots of families there, as you perhaps would expect on a Friday evening at a Christmas market just before Christmas, and possibly the intention was to cause maximum damage. Now, there are videos circulating on social media showing apparently injured people lying on the ground, and what we've also been told is that police have taken the driver into custody. Now, of course, there's no word at this stage as to what might be a possible motive or reason or justification, explanation for this attack. But at any rate, the police are saying that they believe they've got the man responsible, as it were, at this stage. Investigations, of course, are ongoing. As to the injured, well, we've had one confirmed dead, and it looks possible, even likely, I'm sorry to say, that there may well be a significantly higher number of dead as the evening wears on. Also, a significant number of people injured. Some reports from the medical services saying perhaps 60 to 80 people injured in this, what looks like an attack rather than an accident. But of course, it's much too early to say that with any certainty at this stage.
Simon Young,
of course,
please continue.
What does look likely. Well, it looks likely to be the case that, if it was an attack, this market has been chosen as a place where you would expect to find lots of people milling around, thinking perhaps that they were secure in the centre of a big city, but apparently they weren't. And one other thing perhaps to add, it certainly calls to mind the attack that we saw here in Berlin back in 2016, also just about a week before Christmas, when a truck drove into a crowded Christmas market, resulting in the deaths of 12 people plus the attacker himself. And of course, I'm sure many people will be thinking about that attack this evening as they look at these pictures coming from Magdeburg.
Simon, thank you so much for the update and for the context. That is our correspondent, Simon Young in Berlin. We can also speak to Hans-Jakob Schindler in Berlin. He is an expert on terrorism who can speak to us a little bit more with the information we have coming in from Magdeburg. We now know one confirmed dead. Saxony-Anhalt's government spokesperson has said this was probably an attack. Have we had any other reaction from authorities?
No, except that they are quite sure that it's an attack. The perpetrator has been arrested. It's now, of course, a question, did he act alone? But what is already clear is that there has been a very significant breakdown in security measures. This scenario should not happen. Since the attack on the Christmas market in Berlin in December 2016, which was commemorated in Berlin yesterday, no Christmas market of that size in a city of that size should be accessible to any vehicle of any size. So there must have been, and there were apparently bollards and obstruction in the streets surrounding the Christmas market, but there was a gap, apparently. Otherwise, the car would not have made it onto the Christmas market. This is a very, very unusual scenario for it to be successful in Germany these days. hence, there must have been some mistake.
Tell us more about that. Simon has mentioned it too. Many will be thinking back to that 2016 attack at Breitscheidplatz in Berlin when a truck was driven into a Christmas market. What specific security measures are in place at German Christmas markets to protect them from this kind of attack?
Yeah, since the attack in 2016, all major Christmas markets are surrounded by heavy metal obstructions or heavy concrete obstructions to make sure that no vehicle, no car, definitely no truck, as it was used in Berlin in 2016, can get anywhere close to the Christmas market. And all supplies to the Christmas market go through a specific gate or route that the police controls. That means no car should be coming anywhere near the Christmas market here. And according to the pictures that we've seen, the car made it all the way to the Christmas market. It is a scenario that IS, the Islamic State, has been calling regularly since about 2016-17 in its propaganda. There's instructional material from the IS available online that explains how to do this. This doesn't mean that this particular attack is definitely IS. Everyone can look into the internet. Everyone who wants to harm other people can learn from that horrible material that is still available. But it does have the hallmarks of an attack, and it comes and chimes in with the ramped up propaganda of the Islamic State in the last couple of years and the fairly regular arrest of IS terrorists in Germany in the last 12 months.
So as you've said, we still don't have any information on the exact motives of the perpetrator. For those just joining us, we do know the driver of the car has been taken into custody by authorities. What are some of the main challenges in German security in 2024? You've mentioned the risk of Islamist terror.
Yeah, I mean, the main problem here, this was obviously a breakdown in the physical security measures. The main issue, of course, is to detect such attacks before they actually happen. This has happened fairly regularly in Germany over the last couple of months. On average, once a month, people were arrested who were planning an attack of one or the other kind. Just about a week ago, 3 people were arrested in Baden-Württemberg and Hesse who had planned an attack also during the Christmas period with guns. The problem is, however, that German security forces are still too dependent on communications and intelligence cooperation with international services, the Americans, the Brits, the French, who have a much better ability legally to actually monitor anything that goes online. These days, anything that terrorists plan of a more complex nature, not like solving with a simple kitchen knife, but anything of a more complex nature requires them to communicate online. If the German security services are better enabled to monitor this, we would be possibly able to prevent more of these scenarios.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your insights with us. For those just joining us, we have been looking at footage from Magdeburg where a car has plowed into a Christmas market here in Germany. And we've just been speaking with Hans-Jakob Schindler. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much and good evening.